What is up, Sleep Tribe? Welcome to a new season, a brand new episode of the Healthy Sleep Revolution podcast. I am your host, Dr. Magna Dasani, and it's been a hot minute, as well as a hot summer. And as we get ready to send our kiddos back to school, the question that comes up is, does your child need a back to school sleep screen? See, what happens is over the summer, life happens at a more relaxed pace. Our kids have more control over what they do, when they do it, how long they sleep, and also sometimes when they sleep. Bedtimes and mornings are a bit more flexible, and the kiddos have a chance to unwind and go with the flow. But then reality hits, right? School hits like a sack of hammers, and suddenly everything falls apart. Sometimes kids end up having a little trouble managing those first few days of transition to school, but then they quickly settle into their old routine. And then there are times when that switch from summer to school comes with its own set of new problems. Sometimes these problems can be a sign that your child is living with a sleep disorder. The questions to ask yourself: does your child wake up tired and grumpy? Do they complain of morning headaches or stomach aches? Does your child snore? Do they wet the bed, toss and turn all night long, have terrible morning breath, or what we call dragon's breath in our household? Do they have trouble sitting still or even paying attention? Do they act sleepy and out of it all day long? Do they complain of muscle aches? Do they have trouble eating healthy foods? And do you find that they gravitate towards fast, junky foods that contain tons of sugar? Do they have trouble remembering what they learned and or experience difficulty with peers? Now, all of these behaviors can be a symptom of an underlying sleep disorder. Our bodies need to complete sleep cycles in order for us to have that energy to be able to heal, grow, learn, socialize. And when a child's sleep is interrupted by frequent night wakings, or what we call microarousals, they just can't function. What might end up happening is they might be labeled as having learning or behavioral difficulties. But a lot of times that underlying cause is just poor quality sleep, just terrible sleep. So how can we spot that sleep problem? Even if your child wakes up frequently in the night, they are unlikely to remember this in the morning. Remember, we call these microarousals. This is not your child waking up, sitting up, reading a book, going back to sleep. No, this is your child that the brain gets out of that deep sleep just long enough to disrupt the quality of sleep. These seconds-long awakenings are quickly forgotten, but they do interrupt that sleep cycle. When your child has these frequent wakings, these microarousals, their deep sleep as well as their REM sleep is disrupted. This now leads to hormonal changes. They start to crave more sugar. They cannot actually make long-term memories. They cannot control their emotions, their need to move. They have a harder time picking up on social cues, and just everything hurts, right? Over time, if that cause of the sleep disruption isn't identified, isn't found, and those dots are not connected, your child is now at a risk for cardiovascular problems, for hormonal issues, and unfortunately, even diabetes and obesity. So if you suspect that your child isn't sleeping well, isn't getting the quality of sleep that they need, it's time to get screened. Your primary care physician can help. The dentist can help get this ball rolling. Even their ENT or an urgent care sometimes can screen your child for sleep issues. Many children can see that ENT specialist and see if their tonsils are blocking the airway during sleep. Some kids will show signs of allergies or asthma, and they might need to visit an allergist. But the good news is that there is help. There's help for your child. There's help for you. There's help for their sleep, because there are solutions out there that can change their life and open up that airway so we can make sure that they are getting enough air, enough oxygen while they're sleeping. So in the past, my patients have benefited from interventions such as allergy and asthma treatments to aid in breathing. Sometimes it might mean getting their tonsils and adenoids out. Go see the ENT, have that evaluation. Oral appliances to help expand their arches. Remember, we've talked about this in the past. The roof of the mouth is also the floor of the nose. Getting those expanded can help improve that upper airway. Also, appliances to help the tongue get into a more physiologic position in conjunction with myofunctional therapy. This can train the muscles of the mouth. It can train the tongue, the throat muscles to help support breathing. Palatal expanders, right? We talked about this to help shape the arches, develop ideal shape of the upper jaw. Sometimes the kiddos might need a CPAP. While all of these modalities are being integrated and implemented to help their airway into a more ideal and physiologic position. So the sooner your child is screened for these sleep issues, the sooner they can receive treatment, the sooner they can improve their health and be ready to learn and thrive. So here are good wishes for healthy sleep, for an amazing back to school, for an amazing new year of school. Lots of learning, lots of growing. If you think you have a child that needs help, please don't hesitate to ask their doctors, their pediatricians, their dentists, their ENTs. And if you know of somebody that could benefit from this information, please send them a link. As always, subscribe, leave us a review. I will see you next time.